Hi everyone, I'm Miss Sarah and welcome to Play K Storytime. Before we get started on our theme for this week, let's go over the days of the week and the weather. So, who knows what day it is today? You're right, it is Tuesday. And does anyone know what the date is? Well, it is the second day in the second month of the year. It is February 2nd, which means that it's Groundhog's Day. Is it still snowing at your house today? It is at mine. How much snow did you get at your house? That's a lot of snow. And since it's been snowing a lot and it's still February, that means it is still winter time. All right, let's review. It is Tuesday, February 2nd. It is snowing, or it has snowed, and it is winter. All right, good job, guys. So, the theme for this week is called A Home for Me. I want everyone to think about their house. What sort of things do you find in your house? Your family, your pets, lots of yummy food? Do you have a room by yourself or do you share a room with a sibling? Is your house in a town or is it out in the country? Or is it in a neighborhood? I live in a town and my house is attached to another house next to me, and I have my cats here and I also have lots of yummy food. All right, keep thinking about your house. Let's read a book. This book is called The Three Little Pigs and the Somewhat Bad Wolf. It was written by Mark Teague, and it was published by Orchard Books. Before I start, who's heard of The Three Little Pigs before? Me too. Once there were three little pigs. They lived on a farm as most pigs do, and they were happy, as most pigs are. Then one day, the farmer told them that he and his wife were moving to Florida. He paid the pigs for their good work and sent them on their way. Let's buy potato chips, said the first pig. Let's buy sody pop, said the second pig. Let's buy building supplies, said the third pig, who was altogether unpig-like. Reluctantly, the others agreed. The first pig decided to build a straw house, since straw is cheap, and he had plenty of money left over for potato chips. Would you build a house out of straw? No way! The second pig decided to build a stick house. Sticks are practically free, so he had lots of money left over for sody pop. The third pig decided to build a brick house. She spent all her money on bricks and mortar, but the man at the hardware store gave her a sandwich. Soon the straw house was finished. It was dusty and musty, and the first pig did not mind. He rocked in his hammock and ate potato chips. Soon after that, the stick house was done. It was small and there was no room for a bathtub, but the second pig did not mind. He took a mud bath and drank sody pop. Brick by brick, the third pig worked on her house. Sometimes the other pigs would come to watch. They had a wonderful time. Look, she's doing all the work and they're just sitting and eating chips. Finally, the brick house was finished. It was big, beautiful, and strong. The third pig was very happy. She filled a basket with vegetables from her garden. That's a beautiful house. The next day, a wolf came to town. He was very hungry and somewhat bad. He went to the donut shop, but it was closed. He went to the hot dog stand, but it was locked. Finally, he went to the pizza parlor, but he wasn't allowed in. He left in a very bad mood. Uh-oh. Soon he came to a straw house. It smelled like pig. I like pig, he said, but not in a friendly way. He banged on the door. Who is it? Called the first pig. The wolf. Open up or I'll blow your house down. I think the door is stuck, said the pig. So the wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. I can't believe that worked, he said. He had never blown down a house before. Quickly, the first pig got on his scooter and sped away. The wolf moved on, hungry but confident. He came to another house. This one was built of sticks. Same piggy smell, he said. He knocked on the door. Who is it? Called the second pig. Wolf, open up or I'll blow your house down. Trust me, he added. I've done it before. I think the door is jammed, said the pig. So the wolf took an enormous breath. And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. I'm amazed that worked. That works, he said. Meanwhile, pig number 2 got on his bike and rode away. The wolf was still hungry. Very, very hungry. The hungry wolf came to a beautiful brick house. He noticed a familiar scooter and bicycle, and the house reeked of pig. The somewhat bad wolf rang the doorbell. Who is it? Called the pigs. The wolf! Open up, or I'll blow this house down. Oh no, said the pigs. Not now. We are watching our favorite show. The starving wolf took a humongous breath, and he huffed, and he puffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed. He huffy, puff, puffed. And after the huffing and the puffing stopped, the third pig said, Do you think he's still out there? The 3 pigs looked through the window and saw the wolf collapsed on the lawn. Look at the poor guy, said the first pig. He's exhausted. Maybe he needs some potato chips. The second pig added, and some soda pop. The 3 pigs revived the wolf with some smelling salts and invited him in. The somewhat bad wolf was embarrassed. I was so hungry I could not think straight. Have a potato chip, said the first pig, and have a soda pop, said the second pig. Never mind that stuff, said the third pig. Dinner is almost ready. Since their houses were wrecked, the first 2 pigs moved in with the third pig. My house, my rules, she said, and she made them clean their rooms before they went out to play. The wolf stayed too, but there was no more huffing and no more puffing, and he was hardly ever bad again. And that's the end. Well, that is sure different from the 3 Little Pigs story I'm sure you've heard before. I have this fun little felt board here. So let's go over what happened in the story again. I want you guys to help me. So take all these off. Okay, so we got our 3 little pigs. We'll have, this one will be the third one, the second one, and the first one. All right. So what happened first in the story? The pigs decided they wanted to build some houses. You're right. So who built their house first? And what did they build it out of? You're right. The first little pig, the one in the red overalls, built his house out of hay. which we'll see how that works out for him in the end. All right, and the second little pig, what did they build? What did he build his house out of? Not quite wood, but sticks, which is a little better than straw, but not by much. And then what about the third little pig? Do you remember what the third little pig built her house out of? You're right. Brick and mortar, solid, just like my house. Is your house made out of bricks too? A lot of houses are made out of bricks. All right, so the angry wolf now comes into the story, and he's hungry. And he comes to the first little pig's house, and what does he do? That's right, he huffed and he puffed, and he blew the third little pig's house out of existence. And then the first little pig comes running over to this guy. Now the wolf comes to the second pig's house, and he dropped him. And he huffs and he puffs, and he blows the stick house to the ground. And now all the little pigs have gathered at the brick house, because that is where they're safest. And what happened in the story now? The wolf tried to blow the house down, but he couldn't, because you can't just blow a brick house down using your breath alone. That's silly. And he passed out because he was so hungry. But because the pigs were friendly, they let him stay for dinner, and then they all became friends. All right, good job, guys. Now I have some more little houses. I got 3 of them, in fact, just like the pigs. And these houses are called rhyming houses. So each one has a little word on the top, and we have to think about, this one says hat. So what rhymes with hat? What goes in the hat house? Think really hard. Well, I think a cat would go in the hat house, right? What else rhymes with hat? You're right, bat. Like a baseball bat, or like the flying mammal creature. You can put that in the hat house as well. Think of a different sort of word that rhymes with hat. Not 3 letters like the other 2. This one has 4. It is flat. And we'll put that in the hat house. All right, next we have tree. What rhymes with tree? Well, I can think of one part of your body that rhymes with tree. Can you think of it? That's right, it is your knee. Rhymes with tree. What about, there's a number, I'm pretty sure, that rhymes with tree. I think it's the number 3. Can anyone think of, say, a vegetable that rhymes with tree? That's right, a pea, like 3 peas in a pod. All right, good job, guys. I have one more, and this word is bug. All right, this one's a little bit harder. Well, what do you drink hot chocolate out of? You're right, a mug. Mug and bug rhyme, so we'll put them in the bug house. What about the thing that you plug into the walls to get electricity? A plug. And we'll put that in the bug house as well. Can you think of anything else that rhymes with bug? Well, there's rug, that's one, but the card I'm thinking of is jug. All right, and we'll put that in its home. Good job, guys. That was really fun. All right, now it's time for another book. And this one, keeping with the home theme, is called No Place Like Home, and it was written by Jonathan Emmett and illustrated by Vanessa Cabban and published by Candlewick Press. Hot diggity, said Mole as he climbed out of the ground one morning. It was a beautiful day, and the sun was shining, and there were flowers everywhere. Suddenly Mole's burrow seemed very small and dark and dull. Why should I live underground, the mole said to himself, when I could live somewhere bright and beautiful instead. So Mole set off in search of a new home. He hadn't gone far when he came across Hedgehog. Hello, Mole, said Hedgehog. Where are you off to? I'm looking for a new home, explained Mole. Somewhere big and bright and beautiful. I know just the place, said Hedgehog. Follow me. So, what do you think? Asked Hedgehog, as they crawled into the hollow log. Mole tried to feel at home in the log, but the wind was whistling right through it. Well, said Mole, shivering, it's very big, but it's too drafty for me. I'd like somewhere a little more snug. Mole and Hedgehog had just crawled out of the log when they saw the squirrel. What's up? Asked Squirrel. I'm looking for a new home, explained Mole. Somewhere bright and beautiful and snug, added Hedgehog. I know just the place, said Squirrel. Follow me. So what do you think? Said Squirrel as Mole clambered into the empty bird's nest. Mole tried to feel at home in the nest, but he was too afraid of falling out. Well, he said, it's very bright, but it's too dangerous for me. I'd like somewhere a little bit safer. Hedgehog, Squirrel, and Mole had just climbed down to the ground when Rabbit came bounding up. What's happening? Asked Rabbit. I'm looking for a new home, explained Mole. Somewhere beautiful and snug, added Hedgehog. And safe, added Squirrel. I know just the place, said Rabbit. Rabbit led Mole, Squirrel, and the Hedgehog to a little stream. Over here, she said, hopping easily from stone to stone. So, what do you think? Said Rabbit as they scrambled into a hollow beside a sparkling waterfall. Mole tried to feel at home in the hollow, but he kept getting splashed. Well, he said, it's very beautiful, but it's too wet for me. I'd like somewhere a little bit more dry. It was getting late, and Mole still hadn't found his new home. I didn't think it would be this difficult, sighed Mole. Don't worry, we'll find somewhere, said Rabbit. We just need to give it some thought, said Squirrel. So they all sat down and thought and thought and thought until... I know just the place, said Mole. He led Squirrel and Hedgehog and Rabbit back across the woodland to a familiar-looking hole. But this is your old home, said Rabbit, Hedgehog, and Squirrel. I know, said Mole happily. Isn't it wonderful? It's not big or bright or beautiful, but it feels just right to me. It was dark outside, and a storm was sweeping across the woodland, but everyone was very comfortable down in Mole's burrow. It is so snug, said Hedgehog. And safe, said Squirrel. And dry, said Rabbit. Yes, said the Mole contentedly. There's no place like home. There you can see the little light on in the mole burrow. All right, guys, that was such a good book. Would you want to pick a different home over your own home? I don't think I would. I like my house just the way it is, just like Mole. All right, so this week there are some activity sheets that come with that you can get to at the library. You can either get them for curbside pickup, or you can download them on our website. So this week we have a build your own house kit. So you can cut out the shapes and then color them. But it's really just helpful to get scissor scales and cut out shapes and stuff. So we have that one. And then we have this little fun construction patterns. So you cut out these and then you glue them into the correct sequence on the sheet. And then I think there's just a blank page in the packet that you get at the library, but I want everyone to draw a picture of their own house the best that they can. So I drew my house here. I got my 2 cats, I got my yellow door and my garden, and it's attached to my neighbor's house right there. So I want everyone to draw a picture of their house, and that will really get you thinking about the place that you live. All right, guys. Well, that was so much fun. And remember that the sheets can be picked up at the library, or they can be downloaded. Off of our website. So I'll see you all in 2 weeks, and thank you for reading and learning with me. Bye, guys.